Hello and good morning to all of you. Welcome to our channel. And today we are going to discuss the second topic, that is Anglo-Norman period. In this period, we would love to discuss the importance and the important writers of this period. So without making any further delay, let's start the topic. This is our daily schedule through which we are going to teach you daily. At present, we are not following this. We are not able to follow this due to the period of festivals. But after some time, we would be able to follow this. And this would be parallel. And we would read here both the chapters, both the topic over here. So let's begin. Anglo-Norman period. This is the date of Anglo-Norman period 1062 1316. Okay, the Anglo-Norman period has been divided into three parts. The English of this period is known as Middle English period. Okay, the English of this period is known as Middle English period, and this Middle English period has been divided into three parts. First one part is before Chaucer, other part is age of Chaucer, and the other one is after the age of Chaucer. Today we are going to discuss the period 1066 to 1240 AD. But in round finger, we would have taken 1300 AD. So it is no need to be worried about this. The actual period of Anglo-Norman is 1066 to 1240. Okay. But in round finger, we take 1066 to 1300. Now discuss the things in detail. What happened in Anglo-Norman period? We would have read in previous video that first of all there were Celts who used to live and rule England. Then after Anglo-Saxon came, Anglo-Saxon and Jute. Who were they? Anglo-Saxons and Jutes. These three tribes came to England and they started their own rules and regulation, and thus they started their own language. That was Anglo-Saxon period, that was Anglo-Saxon English. This English was known as Old English. Old English. But the English we are going to read at present is Middle English, and Middle English started from 1066 AD. And why this has started? Because William, the Duke of Normandy, this is not Norman, the place was named as Normandy. So the Duke of Normandy defeated the King of England named Harold in the Battle of Hastings in 1066 AD. Okay, the King William defeated the King of England Harold in the Battle of Hastings in 1066 AD, and since then the period become the period of Norman, because the people of Normandy occupied England, and thus they started their own rulings, and they were with Anglos. That's why this period is combinedly known as Anglo-Norman period. Okay. So now look, the Anglo-Norman period started from 1066 AD that I have discussed earlier. that the period has been started from 1066 AD. And what happened? The people of Normandy came with the language French. It means the people of Normandy used to speak French. This is also known as Norman. So, what happened here? That Anglo-French became the official language because French defeated the King of England. Okay. Then here French became powerful and thus it became the official language of England, where Anglo were considered lower and French were considered higher because they were powerful. The people of French spoken, speaking people, the French speaking people were considered to be very powerful. That's why their language identified over there. This time, great evolution took place in England. What happened here? That the level of education goes up by establishing schools and colleges in England. There were many schools and colleges established at this time. And during this time, Oxford and Cambridge were set up in London. And set up in Oxford and Cambridge, London became the greatest educational hub. Now I'm going to ask you some two questions that you have to comment me in the comment box, that the establishment year of Oxford and Cambridge. In round finger, I have told you that the period was 1066 to 1240 AD, but you have to tell me the exact year which year the Oxford and Cambridge University was set up. So this was the period. Now discuss some literary characteristics. What were the literary characteristics of this time? There were mainly four literary characteristics of this period, and the first one was word order uniform. In this condition, from here we got how to use word. Means to make any sentence, at first we need subject, then after we need verb, then after we use object, and this is the method, this is the rule that we get from word order uniform. And this was the major characteristics of this period. First time phonemes were introduced in the period of Anglo-Norman. Then after, standardization of spelling occurred. From here we started in the evolution of spelling. We improved the quality of spelling. We did some good things, some good changes in spelling so that it can be identified in a very easy way. And what we got right now is that from this time, by this time, London became the standard dialect because it became the great educational hub, and that's why it became the standard dialect. Then after, we have to discuss the matter of work. There were three matters of work because there were three types of people who started ruling in England. And the first one was matter of Britain. Matter of Britain means, writer often use the matter of Britain means about kings of Britain, about the condition of Britain, about the history of Britain, and many more. Second was the matter of France. In matter of France, we get the same thing here. The matter of France that I have read about Normans. Normans came from France and they used to speak French language. That's why we get this from there. And matter of from, it means whenever we discuss the works of this time, we find the three things discussing about Britain, France, and Rome. Means if we get the theme of this period, we get what? We get about kings, किंग्सली कर सकते हो, किंग्सली लव you can say. We discuss bravery, we discuss knights of this period. Whenever we write some things, this is the theme of these times of poetry. Now discuss some poet. First poet is Geoffrey Monmouth, who discussed Historia Regum Britannia. This is the history of Britain. This is the history of Britain, and this is the writer whose name is Geoffrey Monmouth. He has written Historia Regum Britain, in which he has discussed the history of the king of Britain, that how the king ruled and what was the condition of that time. Second was Wace. This is Wace. This writer is called as a Wace, and Wace Wace has written Roman de Brut. This has been written either in Norman or French. This has been written either in Norman or French. Okay, and this is this also discusses history of Britain. Next, Lomond. Brut has been written in English and named of Britain's mythical founder Brutus of Joy. This is the story, or you can say this is the writing, this is the work discusses about Brutus. And the last one is Chancer de Geste. This is the work written to praise noble, it means kings or knights, in which King Arthur was discussed with his 12 knights. Here we discuss King Arthur and his 12 knights in this very topic. So this was the basic knowledge regarding Anglo-Norman period. We would love to discuss the next topic, that is Age of Chaucer, and next in the next video. Till the time, we would love to end the video over here. Keep learning and keep supporting us. That's all. Thank you.